In this video, we're going to talk about the nonverbal communication in the movie called Get Out. We will take each scene to describe about the characters' nonverbal communication and how they express it and what we can get a grasp of their action, like how we know that they shocked or uncomfortable and stuff. So this is our first scene.
In this scene, it will be about the car scenes, and these scenes right here will show the nonverbal through the body posture or body gesture. So Chris and Rose was on their way to Rose's parents' house, and then suddenly a deer ran out and hit them. They was really scared and then stopped the car. They breathed heavily, and this showed that they were afraid and scared of these unexpected situations. Rose put her hand on Chris and it shows that she was worried about him and tried to calm him down, and it also showed that she cares about him. Despite of what happened, they both still came out to see what happened and to see if their car was broken and stuff like that. Left side of the car's mirror were broken, and Rose grabbed her head, and this shows that she did not know what to respond to this situation. It was surprised and unexpected, and it was really scary.
This is the running scene of the movie which shows the nonverbal communication through the facial expressions. At the night at his girlfriend's house, Chris couldn't sleep at all. So then, he decided to go for a walk outside the house. There was no one out there and everything was quiet and dark. Suddenly, there was a big black man ran from the door to him and ran away, which made him so confused as we can see his face. After that, he immediately turned back to the house and strangely saw a woman who was standing terribly by the window of the house, which made him so shocked like we obviously can see his reaction.
In this scene, we're going to talk about Chris' girlfriend, mother, invited him for a tea. And here, this is the scene. We can see that Chris' non-verbal communication is by walking in silence and try not to make noise because he is careful. Even look at the way that he closed the door, we can know that he don't want to disturb anyone or want anyone to know that he's go for a smoke. And we can see that he is really careful and look left, look right in order to make sure that nobody actually saw him. But unluckily, he got caught by the mother. And this scene, we can see his face that he was shocked. Since he don't want anyone to know, but somehow the mother of his girlfriend was sitting on a sofa waiting for him.
Do you realize how dangerous smoking is?
Yeah.
Come in and sit with me.
So when she invited him, his face is like this. He smiled and was confused at first, but at the same time he don't want to refuse it. And we can see it in his face that he don't want to refuse it because he got caught by doing something that he shouldn't do. So he smiled awkwardly. You can see in his smile, and then he just agreed to sit with her.
Please. Thank you.
We can see in this shot that he's sitting, but when we look at his facial expression, he's kind of telling us that he's not really comfortable, but he kind of have no choice but to actually sit down and have a conversation with his mother girlfriend. But at the same time, by spreading his both arms, he's kind of trying to find the comfort with the sofa so that he can feel a little bit relief when talking to the mother of his girlfriend.
So you're comfortable enough, right?
It's perfect. Thanks.
Sure.
And this is the end of my part. Of course, there is a lot more to unpack even within this scene, but we have too little time, so I would like to end it here.
In this video, I'm gonna analyze non-verbal communication in the movie Get Out during the relative meeting scene. In the scene, you can see that these people hug each other because handshake because they are close. It means that they are relative. Kind of respect.
Can you do that again?
In this
Yeah,
scene,
just smile
you
every
can
time.
see them.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
See him and her.
Oh, look, it's the Greens. Gordon and Emily, this is Chris. Chris, this is Gordon and Emily Green.
Chris, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chris. Nice to meet you indeed. Oh, and that's quite a grip.
Thank you, you too.
You ever play golf?
Once, a few years ago, I wasn't very good.
So, that,
Gordon was a professional golfer for years.
Oh, you kidding?
so that's why
Well, I can't quite swing the hips like I used to, though. But I do know Tiger.
Oh, that's great.
Super.
Gordon loves Tiger.
So, in this next scene here, we will be watching the main character Chris interact with her girlfriend, families, and relative at her parent, party.
This is Nielsen and Elisa.
Hey, how you doing?
So, how handsome is he?
Are you handsome?
Okay.
Oh.
Not bad. Hey, Nielsen? So, is it true? Is it better?
Wow.
Fair skin has been in favor for the past, couple of hundreds of years. But now the pendulum is swung back. Black is in fashion.
Pardon me, I'm gonna take some pictures.
Sure.
Good to see another brother around here.
Yes, of course it is. Something wrong?
There you are. Should do something with this.
Yes.
Oh, hello. I'm Philomena, and you are
Chris, Rose's boyfriend.
fantastic. You two make a lovely couple.
Thanks.
Where are my manners? Logan King. Chris was just telling me how he felt much more comfortable with my being here.
That's nice. Logan, I hate to tear you away, dear, but the Wincots were asking about you.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Chris. Goodbye.
So now we're gonna look into the nonverbal communication in this scene, like the paralanguage, gesture, and facial expression. So in this scene, Rose's parents were having a party at their house. Most of the people there are her parents, friends, and relatives. So basically the people there are mostly white. And for Chris, he was like the only black guest there at the party. And he probably, feeling uncomfortable being around all these white people. But what made him really uncomfortable is when he's trying to interact with the people there. They made or asked a really inappropriate question. Like this woman, he was asking him about, is it really true that his little brother down there is good? And another guy making comment saying that black is a new fashion, as if he's trying to say that black skin is like a clothes for you to wear. So Chris, he went to have a solitude company by himself and avoid being with her, girlfriend family, because these people here, seem batshit crazy to him. But while he was by himself taking a picture, he saw another African American guest there. At first, his face, it seemed, relieved that to be able to, meet, people that is similar to him. So he went there and tried to talk to him, but the guy turned around. It wasn't, what Chris was expecting him to be. When black people talk or greet with each other, they would use an African American slang like, hey, what's up, man, or what's up, brother. But this guy, he answered to Chris with, the widest ways of talking. So Chris was looking at him with a confusing face, like, what the hell? And also, black people have this culture where they would give out a fist bump or a handshake like this one. But when Chris was trying to do that to the guy, instead he gave a formal handshake like the white people do, which made him, making a confusing face. It seemed to Chris that the people here, even if the men who he might share culture with, seem, alienated to him.